All right, so welcome back to this bonus episode. Just a quick little one shot, if you will.
A quick little one shot of a quick little what if you will.
Yeah. What if we just talked?
What if we just talked a lot less about a thing?
No, but yeah. So we're just gonna quickly go over the what if episode 3.
Yeah.
So from the sounds of it, because we talked a little bit before we started this episode, we had opposite thoughts on it.
Yeah. Do you want to tell them what you thought?
So this episode turned me off to the show. I wasn't really feeling it before, but it didn't turn me off because the episode was bad. I'm not liking the way it's structured. It's so rushed, man. I mean, it's so rushed. Like, everything feels rushed. Everything feels like, I don't know. I feel like what they should have done is they should have tried to break them in between 2 episodes and given us like solid stories out of it, instead of trying to squeeze the first episode. It's squeezing Captain America into one movie, into a 30-minute episode. You know what I mean? And so with this one, it wasn't following anything, but it was jumping between so many stories, and it was cool. It
was so fucking good. I loved it. So
I know.
Much.
So you loved it.
I think you're gonna be in the minority on this one. I'm pretty sure you're in the minority. I think this is gonna be like everybody's favorite so far, if I had to guess.
Maybe, but we'll see. I mean, so far everybody really liked the second one, but
okay. So real quickly, just to start off the top, I'm just gonna.
Wait, hold on. By the way, I don't dislike the third episode. I just don't like the structure of it feeling like they're trying to squeeze a season of something that could be a season into one episode, is what I'm saying.
A season?
Yeah, they could make a whole season out of that if they really wanted to. A 6-episode, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I guess they could have one episode. Somebody gets killed every episode.
Yeah, every episode. They could do plenty.
But come on, who cares?
But anyways, we'll talk about it more in a minute.
And also, obviously, spoilers. We're going to talk about everything that happens. I feel like I should say that. We probably should start getting into the habit of saying that, just so people don't get pissed.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start off and real quick go through the the cast and who returned and everything. So
everybody except for maybe two people.
No. Fuck. God damn it. Scarlett Johansson is not Black Widow. It's someone named Lake Bell who does a pretty good impression, to be honest. There was points where I was like, is that her?
Yeah.
Honestly, Mike Wingert did Tony Stark, so no Robert Downey Jr.
I knew he was.
And then obviously Betty Ross was not Liv Tyler.
No,
and I think
I only knew about Iron Man and Betty. That's it.
Yeah, and then Mike McGill played General Ross, and Alexander Daniels played Captain Marvel. So those are the ones that didn't return.
Yeah.
And then you have Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, Jeremy Renner came back, Clark Gregg, Michael Douglas, which was awesome.
You can tell though. You can
tell immediately because he has such a distinct
voice. But it's not even that. His acting actually He's acting.
Yeah.
This episode
has the best voice acting.
Hands down.
Tom Hiddleston.
But unfortunately, the animation breaks away from the emotion. I
didn't feel that as much in this episode.
No. What's his name? Michael
Myers?
No, Hank Pym. Michael Douglas' character.
Yeah.
His actually had really good animation on it, but for the most part, Loki's was very just.
I will say Loki's felt a little because Tom Hiddleston was putting so much in his performance.
He was, but then
that wasn't catching up. But everybody else, I feel like.
I mean, yeah.
Because there was that one point where he's having a speech, talking to, fucking Fury or whatever about invading and whatever, and I could tell there was a little bit of not matching up. But that's just because he's such a fucking insane. They just can't keep up with it in animation. And then you had Frank Grillo came back as Brock Rumlow, the Crossbones guy.
Yes, which is surprising.
Which I love.
It's very surprising.
You could recognize his voice immediately too. Jamie Alexander came back for the one line that Sif gets.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So everybody else came back aside from that. So, I think voice acting wise, this is easily the best episode.
It was definitely one of the better ones. I will say that.
So let's see. I just got some quick notes. Where did I go? So I liked seeing Fury and Black Widow that kind of that walk up to the scene from Iron Man 2
to the scene,
where they're doing the donuts, and that felt
prior.
I felt like that could have been a scene in the movie.
It
That felt totally believable the way they were talking.
There was what is it? What does he say? There was
an idea. She's like, I know.
She's like,
you've told me.
She's like that daughter.
Yeah.
That daughter's like, Dad, I've heard your glowing stories.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just, they go in, she stabs him in the neck with the thing, and then he just immediately dies. And I was like, because I didn't know what this episode was about. Yeah. I had heard that it was about, this episode was what if Loki had won in the Avengers. That's what I thought this episode was. I heard that somewhere.
No, so I honestly thought it was only what if
they kind of go that direction a slight bit at the end.
Yeah, but no, in my opinion, I honestly thought it was what if Iron Man died. That's what I thought, because that's what I was shown.
I saw a thumbnail in a video of that, and it was like something about a murder mystery. I was like, oh, is it just about like what if Iron Man died? But it's everybody. So I was surprised. Like, this is one that I knew the least about probably going into. But so yeah, he dies immediately, and at first I was like, oh, it's just gonna be like Iron Man just like accidentally gets killed. Like, what's the rest of the episode gonna be like? And then then they started. It wasn't me.
They had me so hooked. They had me so hooked. They had me so hooked. Into it. They had me really hooked. Then we had Thor. Get killed. Yeah. Yep. Which was surprising. I was like, what?
Made perfect sense. Yeah.
And then you had Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm. And that one, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Now what does that even mean?
That's honestly when I was like, what is going on? Because it's like. And it's funny because, like, I wish I had said it out loud, because I was thinking, oh, watch it be Ant-Man as a joke. Like, I'm not even kidding, because they're like, oh, what can get in there without us noticing?
Yeah.
Like, my first thought
I didn't think about it at all.
But it was like a joke. I was like, there's no way it would be Ant-Man. And then Black Widow was fighting something invisible. And it's funny, because I told Rachel, oh, what if it's Hope's mom, like
Janet,
yeah. Because I told Rachel, what if it's Janet, because they left her, they never tried to find her, and she somehow got.
Well, that's what I thought, because she's looking on the computer, and you see Janet Van Dyne's name, but it's like crossed out. She's like, how did a dead woman or whatever access this stuff? Yeah, or she doesn't say woman, maybe, but a dead person. A dead person. And I was like, oh, it's Janet. But then I was like, how the fuck does that make any sense? Yeah. Like, how is it her?
I
like,
even told Rachel, I was like, oh, watch it be like.
Yeah. But so let's see. When. I can't. I'm not remembering exactly what it was, but there's a point where he's talking about how it kind of blew my mind, actually, that Iron Man 2, Hulk, and Thor all took place in 3 days.
Did you know that there's actually a comic book talking about that? It's not a Marvel comic. It's an MCU comic. Mm-hmm. I guess you know how they always did little side stuff. Like, we just watched a one shot, but that's been out since 2014. Like, they made a comic, and apparently, that comic explains it. That all happens in a week.
Well, it makes sense, because Thor very clearly starts right after Iron Man 2, because that's the post-credit scene. Like, he goes straight there after Iron Man 2. But I just didn't know that Hulk was right then. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really interesting. But and I really loved the artwork that they did when they're talking about those movies, and it shows like Thor and Hulk. Like, it has a different art style. It's more of like a 2D like comic style. It looks like it's gorgeous art.
Yeah, it's probably it's good. It's just their faces. I'm telling you, something about their faces, I'm not liking it.
Yeah, even that, I thought the faces looked a little weird. But like Hulk in that art, in that style, I thought it was like looking really.
Yeah,
cool.
But obviously they recast Edward Norton and made it Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, which in this thing, it's really weird, because when I was like, the whole time I was like, it's gonna be Edward Norton, right? But then I was like, no, I'm a fucking idiot. Why would they put him back in? But they made it like a hybrid. Like, he doesn't look like Mark Ruffalo. He looks like a mix between the two of them, which is interesting. But it is Mark Ruffalo's voice. So when Thor's breaking into the compound, I wrote, Jesus Christ, Thor is fucking beating the shit out of those guys. Like,
way more than he did.
I swear he killed at least a couple of them.
Way more.
Like, the first thing you see him do is slam a dude's fucking head into a metal bar.
He hit somebody too at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's like he's like doing like real combat, like not just like fucking whatever he was doing in the first movie.
I can't wait till we get into shooting this next episode that we're supposed to shoot. But we'll talk about more of his combat.
And then, goddamn, the way that Hulk died was fucking like brutal. Disgusting, like horrible. Like,
when that happened, I was like, whoa. I was like, what is going on? Like, that really hooked me. I was like, I got to see how this happened.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that like Incredible Hulk be incorporated into something like more official now, though.
Yeah.
And this is like the closest thing we'll get to the Thanos up the butt Ant-Man thing.
It's true.
But for Hulk. And then at the end, it's revealed that it was
Hank all along, because Hope was part of S.H.I.E.L.D. And
which is like, was she part of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the movies?
No.
She wasn't, right? So this is just like something so it's like, it's a little weird, because...
No, she never joined S.H.I.E.L.D. ever. This is basically what if Hope had joined S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, but they don't say that, so it's like a little bit out of nowhere. So I wasn't a huge fan of that.
That's what turned me off, was that twist. I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Because the twist is like, it's not a twist on something you already knew.
Exactly.
It's like the twist is
That's
like,
what
oh,
I'm
that was a
saying.
thing.
That
I didn't even know that
felt-
was a thing in this
Yeah,
universe.
that felt out of nowhere, and that's kind of what killed me is the structure of that.
Yeah, I was
like
like watching the whole time. I was like, this is all so fucking good that the only way Angel would not like this is if the ending like didn't stick the landing.
And the ending did not.
It didn't
stick.
really stick it for me either. But still, the whole the start of
to it, yeah, okay, that's what I meant.
is
That's
enough
what I meant,
is
the
enough for me
structure.
to fucking love it.
That's what I meant. Is the structure was so it felt so rushed that they didn't even let us explain. They literally explained. By the way, I think I heard a click.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Anyways, so they explained it to us in like that screen cap of her looking at the computer. That's it. That's where they explained it to us. Other than that, it was like, okay, like you guys could have done a better job of explaining this. Like you could have sprinkled hints throughout the episode.
Yeah, it's just like you need to know that she was working for Shield in this universe.
Yeah, because it would have been like, oh shit. Like,
but then it would have been so it'd be like, oh well, that's has to have something to do with this, because why would they even make a point of showing that she worked for Shield in this universe? You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
It would have kind of ruined the twist.
But I mean, I don't know. It just could have been handled way better, in my opinion. The ending definitely didn't land, and it killed me on like almost.
Well, only in the twist. I still liked like that end little fight, and you know.
Oh no, it was
Loki
cool to see Nick Fury go hand to hand.
Yeah, and
that was
as
awesome.
soon as he did a flip, I was like, no. No.
Well, Nick Fury is super
like
trained.
65-year-old Samuel L. Jackson is not doing a flip over Ant-Man.
He sure as hell ain't.
But. And interestingly, he had the yellow jacket suit on.
Yep. That's
which
what
I don't know
Rachel.
what the context behind that is. Like,
Well,
how did that end up happening?
I
in
don't
this
know how it
universe?
would. That's
wonder.
what I mean. It's
just
what I
like
mean.
leaves you with some questions that
Every
like don't necessarily
episode does
need.
that.
They don't necessarily need answering. It's just like
No,
that's
but
kind of
it's
an
still,
interesting
and that's
thing.
what I mean. It'd be like this is what's killing me about the What If series right now at the moment, right? And it's cool because we have a second season or whatever, but it's really frustrating because like. I understand that I don't know if I told you, I actually recently subscribed to Marvel Unlimited. I've been reading the comics of things here and there. So I've been reading the What Ifs. Even in the comics of What Ifs, they're all one-shots, and they all leave you like with more questions than answers.
Yeah.
But this is definitely leaving me with way more questions than the comic books did. Like way more questions.
This episode didn't leave me with a lot of questions.
No, it definitely left me more questions. It left me more questions like why did he decide to go with the Yellow Jacket?
That's not really
or
like...
why did Hope decide to join... Like, what decision did Hank make that Hope decided to join S.H.I.E.L.D. when clearly she never had any interest in joining S.H.I.E.L.D. because he wouldn't let her? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the movies.
Yeah,
like,
that's the only thing
those are the
that
kind of
needs a
questions
little
that
bit more explaining. But I feel
Yeah.
like the Yellow Jacket thing is more of just like, that's like an intriguing like mystery of like, why would he have that? Not like, I need to know why he's wearing the Yellow
it's not
Jacket
that I need
suit.
to know, but it's like questions
It's like,
that.
okay,
it's just
that's
like,
interesting. Like,
it's
I
just
wonder
like,
why.
damn, yeah.
It's like, I
That's what
wonder.
I mean.
Not like, I need to know. What the fuck that makes no sense. It's like, okay, there's a world where like, well, I guess maybe just like because he needed, because it's more of a killing machine.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes perfect sense.
And then I also had the
Because
question
you know,
of-
like in Captain Carter, you know, Howard created the Mark I suit, and nobody questioned that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. That's
so
true.
it
But,
makes
like-
sense that if he was going to go after like to actually kill people, he would make a suit like that, because that suit is geared towards murder.
Yeah, but also like, why did Loki come down, not Odin?
Oh,
he was.
Perhaps he went into Odin's sleep.
He was in Odin's
Yeah,
sleep. Right.
that had already
but even
happened
then,
at that
Loki
point.
shouldn't have cared.
No, he was using that as an excuse.
As an excuse.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
he was
that's
using
true.
that
He
as
was
an
using it as an excuse.
excuse.
You're right. He 100% was.
Because at the end, he immediately is like, "Yeah, I'm taking over
I'm
Earth
taking
now."
it. Like, yeah,
Because
fuck
Thor's not here. No, there's no Avengers. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Yeah, which I did find that interesting. Even
I
though
did like
it
him taking
immediately,
over. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of
Like-
ended. But yeah,
mean,
overall,
that's
I
it.
loved it. I loved
Yeah,
that
I
episode.
mean, it was
definitely
okay.
my favorite
like I
one
said,
so
what
far.
killed me with it was the ending and the rushness, but
Yeah.
I did love the build up to it, the hype, the intrigue, the mystery. It was so good.
This makes me want more. As compared to the first two, I was like, I could do without this. This is like an interesting concept. Like, this is like such a, like, I never, like, the other two are like, okay, yeah, what if Peggy was Captain America? I
Yeah.
could see somebody thinking of that, or,
But here's the
somebody
thing,
else
like-
is Star-Lord, but, like, this is like, I never even would have thought to do
Yeah.
something like this.
But
Like,
the
this is
thing with
actually an
this is-
interesting idea.
The thing with this is at the same time, it's one of those things that, like, you can miss it and you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
So-
You can miss the whole show. I don't think
Yeah,
it'll matter.
yeah.
But, yeah, that's the whole point. But,
All right,
yeah,
well, I
overall,
mean,
enjoyed it.
yeah, but I mean, overall, like, it's
forward to
still
the next
enjoyable.
one.
I'm still gonna watch all of it.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. And we'll do another video on next week's episode.
And hopefully
They
keep it
should-
shorter than this one.
Well, this one wasn't that long, maybe like 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
maybe,
I think
hopefully.
so. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll try and get those What If episodes up on every Saturday.
Yeah.
I
I mean, hell, if you, yeah, Saturdays, yeah.
Saturdays, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned for that.
All right.
And thanks for watching.